avoid putting your hopes in a person. Put your hopes in God.
No matter what.
If we can learn to put God first, we'll limit disappointment.
I think, yeah.
If we can put our hopes in God, especially we who are saved, if we can have time with God to hear the mind of God, we'll lessen disappointment. Why is it important to put your hope in God? God will always fulfill whatever He has promised. Why must we be careful of putting our hopes in a man? Men can change.
Yeah. Good evening, viewers of Musa Makamu Ministry. Welcome to Table Discussion, and I'm your host, Pastor Angel Makamu.
Yes, this is Pastor Musa Makamu. Good evening, everyone, and you are welcome to Table Discussion.
Yes, we thank you so much for being here, for being our loyal viewers. We appreciate each and every one of you. You know that we are here every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. for Table Discussion. You are officially welcome.
Yes, and we hope you are warm wherever you are and you had a great day. Listen, don't just be selfish. Invite someone. Let someone know that there is that time of empowerment, time to be encouraged, time to learn, and time to discuss life-changing, topics. And yes, still trusting God and believing in His word.
Yes. So tell us where you are watching from, viewers. Tell us where you are watching from. We really love to hear where you are watching from. A comment. Remember that we are also live on Facebook and on YouTube. So make sure that those who haven't subscribed on our YouTube channel, you go and subscribe so that you can get notifications. So talk to us and tell us where you are watching from. I see people, Bongles watching from Peaceful Streams. Good evening, it's Oral Masengi watching from Johannesburg North. I'm seeing Dumelo, good evening family watching from Centurion. Mrs. Baloyi watching from Protea Lane. You are all welcome.
And you must also remember we are live on YouTube as well. So yes, we are live on YouTube and Facebook, so you are spoiled for choice.
Yes, so, and I've made sure that I invite my people. So I hope that you have also invited your people, viewers.
Yes, and yes, YouTube family, also feel free to comment. Yes, and we have good time. Gonna have good time.
Yes. We are continuing with our topic of discouragement, but tonight we will be focusing on academics, how to deal with discouragement when it comes to academics and career. So I hope that this one we relate so much. And tonight you're going to get answers, as always, about discouragement, how to deal with it when it comes to the academic and the career. Wow, what a topic.
You know what is so fun since we started with this series of disappointments is that many people, they're struggling to believe that God is the one who's, revealing whatever we're discussing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, many people are battling. Many think, did someone tell these pastors about my issues? And then I've heard many people saying, I think last Tuesday, that was about me.
Somebody spoke.
Somebody spoke.
People don't know. People don't know, yeah?
Yeah, that we wait on God. We go and spend time in prayer, trusting God to reveal what you need to hear, and trusting God to give us wisdom to unpack all this.
Yeah, it's not the thing of just waking up and saying this is what we're going to talk about. But anyway, I am the one who knows what happens behind the scene. And I really appreciate each and every effort that you are making.
Yeah. It's the thing is, when we do this work, God is the one who has called us for this. So you cannot play games when you're doing this. We really need to, we take this serious. We value what we are doing. And I know there are some people who have made sure that every Tuesday they have got an appointment. They value this moment. Listen,
they're our loyal viewers.
we just want to say thank you for what you have been doing, for making sure that you are loyal. You watch every Tuesday evening, and we really appreciate. We really appreciate and continue to, to be there, to be available, and then we touch lives. We change the lives of many.
That's very true. I'm seeing here Nikontuli watching from Dlamini. You are welcome. Busi watching from Centurion. Ben watching from the satellite vehicle. Mr. Baloyi watching this. He's saying watching to see that this show restores God's people through this series. Yes. This is something that we are glad to really know what people are experiencing when they watch Table Discussion. So we are so excited. I'm also saying Auspet Treasure saying good evening family watching from Jose. Remember also to be our partner. Go to Mosamakamo Ministry and you partner with us, because remember we're still looking for 100 partners. We're not yet there, but we believe that we will reach there. And also we welcome Viet, welcome all the way from Long Hill. Wow, tonight are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. And I was with Mr. Baloyi today, and then this other man, he's made us, he said, when you start working, I would love to be part of you when you start working in the peaceful stream. I would love to be part of you. And it was something, because we don't have an idea of how many people are being impacted by this work. Yeah, so we are going to have good time too. I hope you are ready for us. And yes.
Talk to us. Dealing with disappointment when it comes to academic and careers. Wow, what a topic.
Yeah. One of the things that I want to start with this Tuesday evening, it's and also from experience and revelation and all. In life, you don't invite disappointment.
Yes, yeah.
And it doesn't matter who you are, you will go through disappointment. And I have also learned, having been in different fields, before I became a pastor almost 18 years ago, in a restaurant business. I have worked in an agricultural, sector. I experienced disappointments in agricultural sector.
Nice.
I also experienced disappointments in the business sector. Even in a ministry, I still sometimes experience disappointment. It doesn't matter how much I pray. It doesn't matter how hard I work. It doesn't matter how much I love people.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how much I give. You can never give away disappointments. Your giving will never push away disappointments.
Yes.
It doesn't matter how much I fast. Somehow disappointment will come.
Yes.
So I have learned that disappointment happens. Even the people that you value, sometimes they will take you through disappointments.
Yeah.
So, and even the times from school, whether it's high school, tertiary, there's been academically, there have been disappointments. We're going to touch some of these things today. So disappointments, listen, all of us, we have gone through. Some are going through disappointments right now as we speak. Some, they are going to face disappointments.
Yes.
But what I'm happy about is this. Disappointment is not something that you must be permanent on.
Okay.
You can be disappointed, but disappointment, it's like it's a bridge. It's It's you need to something that you have to go through it. You don't get there and die on it. You get there and pass.
You must not remain there.
Don't remain there. You get there and you pass. So we want to try to help you today with some few things on how are you going to go. How do you handle disappointments when it comes to your academic life, disappointments when it comes to your career.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to our careers, we need to know. We need to know how.
Yeah, we really need to know. Yeah.
We need to know. And, academically and when it comes to work, sometimes we'll fail.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll fail. Sometimes you'll go and do an interview you think I've done. You'll be turned down.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll perform well at work. They promote someone. And sometimes you will be so nice to people. But they be difficult to you. They treat you bad. And so there's a lot that happen
Yes.
when it comes to our academic and career life. So maybe before we get deeper into this, to check if we are talking to the right people.
Yeah.
Have you been through disappointments in your academic and career life? Have you been if it's possible, just share with us one or two, or if you have been through. But if you don't want to share, you can just say, yes, I have been through disappointments, so that we can know we are talking to the right people. Have you really been through disappointments?
What a question.
So while they are writing, and then we make sure that we are the right people. Maybe I don't know whether you welcome people or you just say hello to some people.
Yes, I'm seeing here, Oma, you're watching from Branston. You're welcome, Mamusuetsi. Okay, Bukosi, you are welcome. You're welcome. Naftali from Pretoria, you're welcome. Takalani from Shawelo, you are welcome. Mr. Kazamula Mabasa, you are welcome. Heron, you are welcome. Tinzwalo from Travel, you are welcome. And I'm seeing Funzo and Destina, you are welcome also. Yes, this is what Bongles is saying. Yes, I've been through disappointment. Hey. And I'm also seeing Mr. Mabunda Dunsane. Okay, he's calling people that he wants to join him watching. And then I'm seeing Funzo saying, I've been through disappointment. Yes. You'll be so sure that this is mine. But you find that it's not happening. Yeah, and I'm seeing here Mr. Gigi saying the direction you face to run away from disappointments is the right place to welcome you with disappointments. Yes, that's very true. That's very true. And Ben says, the biggest disappointment was going into my honors and seeing a ghost. I'll go back though. Lord help me. It's just fun that we were talking about it just a week ago with him to say what's happening. But yeah. And it is very much funny that it's so funny that many people, you don't think that when you look at people who you think they're doing well, it doesn't cross your mind that these people might be going through something and they might not even enjoy what they are doing. I don't know if other like for you, as you came with this topic, have you ever I believe that for you, when you see people, you see beyond. You're not like not like us. For us, it's like, wow, when you're growing up, there's a teacher, wow, they're living life, they're enjoying life, wow, there's a nurse, okay, wow, And I was talking to someone today. The person is watching here now, and we were just chatting. And then I just said to her, what was your dream actually when growing up? Then I realized that what she's doing now and what she's saying when it comes to her dreams is far from each other. It's like water and oil, which is very funny. So what I'm excited about is that people tonight are getting help.
And if we don't address this, we'll have people who are wounded for the rest of their lives. People who are never going to be healed unless we address this.
Yeah.
So how do we handle disappointment in our academic lives? And
let me read some people are actually you are touching where it's
hopefully. Okay.
okay. Okay, let's start with Tumelo. Yes, I've been through disappointments in my career because I didn't know which career to choose and end up doing something that was not good for me. It's important to know what you are born for.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
This is Naftali. I once failed 2 modules in my first year at tertiary. I was so disappointed because it was actually my first time I test fail. Worst part, it affected my NSFAS application. I had to wait 1 more year, and that time my parents were not having stable income. Wow. I can imagine that.
I feel this. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, this is what Oral is saying. Long time ago, I enrolled in MCSE. I paid the fees but never completed the course.
Yes.
Eish. And
Even though you expect something like that from us, but it's painful,
And Fiona is saying, being through disappointments in my academics, repeated a grade in primary, also failed few interviews. Aish. Then Rulani Kosa, yes, I've been disappointed a lot of time with people I love. I think Rulani didn't finish. People that broke your heart. I feel like he wanted to say it straight.
Whether it's the love of the Lord or what kind of love.
No, he didn't. He was not. This one. So let's do it.
Yeah.
So Priscilla say, I've been disappointed big time in my career. I had to repeat my matric because I found myself in a wrong school. After completing, I couldn't get admitted to the course that I wanted to do. Wow. Yo. Hey. Yeah. Yeah. That's something. Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are talking to the right people.
Now today we're talking to people who are, you know when you are going to father, you talk about what you've done or something that was eating you. That's what tonight is doing to us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure.
Do you have some from the YouTube?
Yes, and I'll see the one of Corolla saying, academically and career-wise, I have been disappointed 1 too many times. And then Soli saying, went to several interviews and I've never got the result that I failed or I passed. Yeah.
Hey, Pastor Sophie's confessing here. I'm wounded, knowing that what I studied was not what I wanted. Even now, it bothers me that all these years I still didn't go back to do what I love. With
what she's saying here, 90 to 95% of the people who went to tertiary never studied what they wanted. Whatever they've studied is not what they wanted to. So, but let's get this. How do we deal with disappointment? With academic and career disappointment.
Before we go there, can I just encourage our viewers that watch this with your children, especially those that are in high school, because you don't want them to feel the way you are feeling. So I just had to drop that.
Yeah.
That don't find yourself watching this alone while your kids are so depressed because they don't want to fail. They don't want to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You find that you are, for now, you're focusing on yourself. You are forgetting that I have a child. So that when now you ask them about their choices, they answer you with understanding. So I just had to drop that.
Okay. And if there's someone who is disappointed, someone who has been through a lot, this program will be of help to them. Those who have been disappointed when it's come to their career
Yeah.
and their academic life. Invite them, just invite, and then and share this stream with them. It will help them a lot.
Let me read the last, because we can't finish. Please, this is the last. We won't read anymore. I'm seeing Tenyeko saying, I've been through disappointments in my career to the point that I couldn't finish my course. And what I'm doing now is not what I've studied for.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So one of the first things that we need to, it's not in any particular order. I've just put them like that, and then I took, I think, 5 points. I took 5 points that I would love us to talk about. This is from what I've learned over the years.
Nice.
To deal with disappointment when it comes to your academic life and your career life, one of the key things that I had to learn, and I'm working so hard to master it, is learning to prioritize myself. Number one, learn to prioritize yourself.
Wow.
Learn to prioritize yourself. You know, for a long time, when I came into ministry, I struggled because I thought ministry is about people. It's about everyone being successful, being healed. And I'll tell you something about disappointment in my line of work in ministry.
Yeah.
I spent more time restoring broken people. And there was a time where I did not realize I was broken.
Yes.
And at one time, I remember this other man, it's not in our church, came, we prayed together, the business was down and everything was out. We prayed and he was trusting God for loads of money. And God restored him. And me and the church, we were so broke, and someone was well off. So because I never had time, there was a time, you remember there was a time where I did not have time to pray for myself, to pray for us. We were having people 24 hours. People will wake up at night, go to church during the day, you go to church, and we'll be tired. I forgot myself in the process. I prioritize people and their problems, and then forgetting that I also had needs. I also had goals that I needed to achieve. So when one failed to prioritize themselves, you are bound to end up in a place where you'll be disappointed.
Prioritizing yourself.
Yeah, you need to prioritize yourself. Is it bad to help people? No. It's important that you help people, but then don't get lost in the process.
Okay.
Don't get lost in the process. So I had to work so hard, to bring that balance back, to say, is it possible for me to pray for myself? Is it possible for me to wake up at night, not because someone is going through something, but because I also in need of God. I'm in need of something. So I had to learn to prioritize myself. I had to learn to pray for myself. So if you don't know how to prioritize yourself, you will raise heroes and champions and all people. Then you end up a failure. You end up being disappointed, hating. You end up being crushed. And I was on a journey to that myself. Not someone, I will not talk about someone. I was in a journey of losing myself and then feeling like I'm not worth it. Because you will prioritize people. You see them flying and then you can't even get up.
Yes.
So when you prioritize people, you forget yourself. You will also forget your family. You will forget your children. And then everything in your life will be a failure. And you look back and be disappointed on what went wrong. And sometimes when we don't prioritize ourselves, we can end up saying it's the devil.
It's the devil. No, that's very true, because when you don't prioritize yourself, you are putting someone first. And obvious, anyone that you put first will always disappoint you, because people are not perfect.
Yes.
Then there's no way you cannot.
So as much as we prioritize others, it's important that we create time for ourselves. It's important that we value ourselves. Very, very important.
So when you talk about valuing ourselves, like prioritizing ourselves, now we are talking about academics and careers. And I have seen so many people, especially women. I've seen women, and I now realize that even on the side of men, this is happening, where you find that, because I've seen so many people here talking about wrong careers, doing wrong stuff, but you find that now it's all about, I'm working. As long as I'm working, my children will go to school. I can't. So I'm hearing you when you talk about prioritizing yourself.
And you know, when I check, I mean, it's important even to be there for our own children. But being there for the children, it does not mean that we stop existing.
Yeah.
Let's be there for them. You know, I've checked something about the kids. We take our kids to school. We go to their games.
Nice.
We buy them toys. We buy them whatever food that they need and everything. And sometimes we hardly sit back and say, is there no game that I can play?
Nice.
Is there no place where I need to go to refresh myself? Is my life now only about children? If you are a pastor, is my life only about the children in the faith? What has happened to me? Do I still exist here? What actually is it? Is my life about preaching to the people?
Nice. Yeah.
What about me? Don't I need sometimes to, if I love myself, can I create an opportunity where I can be preached to? Where someone can minister to me?
Yes.
So people who don't prioritize themselves, they end up focusing on making sure that strangers and all the people that are out there, their needs are met. And you know what's happening? When their needs have been met because of your effort,
Yes.
they will not say, now my needs have been met, let me help you meet your needs.
Never.
They move on.
Then you become disappointed.
Then you become disappointed that I've been there for these people, they are not. It's because you neglected yourself in the process.
It's true.
Listen, in everything that we are doing, there's still a room for us.
I like what Viet is saying.
Yeah.
I can relate. As a single parent, I live for my kids and overcompensated. And now I've started living for me. I've been taking your advice, pastors.
Thank you.
Then Timon was saying, I'm guilty. I forgot about myself and put others first. From today, no more.
Yes. So it's important that we be there for people. But learn to prioritize yourself. Learn to take care of yourself. Learn to put yourself out there. The effort that we put. You know, I'm checking. When I was preparing this, I said, how many risks have I taken for people that I might never see again. You know how many risks I have taken even with the last money for someone who will never even with words say thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And then you look at that and say, and no one forced me. It's just that now I no longer know how to prioritize myself.
Ish. Wow.
And so in the area of our academic life, it's important to ask yourself, is it too late? I don't want to get ahead of myself, but also in the area of finances, are we working so hard to make people feel good?
Yeah.
Or we exist in our finances?
Even in our finances. Wow. Sure.
In our finances, do we exist or what's going on? In the relationships that we have, do the people that we relate with, the people that we want to make sure that they are well, they feel loved, they feel good, do we exist in these relationships?
Ish. Ish.
In the relationships, I just want to take to pause and ask this question.
Yeah.
The 3 people that you value in your life, how do they make you feel? How far do they go to make you feel that you are also special? And who are those 3 people in your life that you can go all out, that you can spend your last cent on them, that you can wake up at night to attend them? Are they the same people that can do that for you?
Ish.
So I've learned a lot to sit back and say, if I don't know how to prioritize myself, I will never get out of disappointment.
Yeah.
I will never get out of disappointment. You know, as a pastor, I used to think, I'll give this example. I will go to preach for people. And the people I go to, I never charge anyone. And then some you'll drive far to help them. You find that when you need them, they send you a list. They want to cover their transport, their refreshment on the way, dry clean. On top of that, they need an honorarium. And you are thinking, I have been to your place. You never even gave me water. Why, when I need you, I've got a list? Who are those 3 people that make you feel that, you know what, I'm special? And those people are the people that you know by picking up your phone. If now you need to pick up a phone without thinking, is that person that you will be on your speed dial. So learn to prioritize yourself. Many of the people, we have been like the generation gone by, the generation of our fathers. You know, the first time I visited where my father was staying, I shed some tears. And I visited during winter. So for more than 35 years, my dad was staying in the room. And then he will wake up around 4 to go and catch a train. I mean, running away from all these criminals and all. And then I said, this man has been working like this all his life. He did not care about a decent accommodation. He just wanted his children, his family, to be okay. And you know what has happened? This generation of ours, has taken that from our parents. Where it's not about us, it's about our children. And even the pastors that I have looked up to, the pastors that I grew up, most of them, they died poor. Their children are hating. They are not, even up to today, the children of many pastors will never go to church. because Daddy was busy with the whole world, and no one was busy with his family. Daddy was busy healing families. I mean, providing, making sure people eat there. And the children of pastors, no one was prioritizing them. So they don't want to see anything to do. They don't want anything to do with the church. Because their father, when it comes to his career, he never knew how to prioritize them.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, he's very, and you said a very painful statement about what our parents used to do. And then now we are the one that are doing it. It's very, very painful. And I see viewers talking about prioritizing themselves. Remember, in order for us to avoid disappointments, we need to learn to put ourselves first. We need to learn that. And I believe that you are really, really getting it, that we need to put ourselves first.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, this one, even when we don't talk about careers and academic, it's a very sensitive thing that we are all doing. I saw someone, this person wrote about the couple that put their children first. Then now when the children are old, it's like now they're strangers because you put yourself first, and now it was about kids. It was about kids, and now you're strangers. So those that just join us, we're talking about disappointments when it comes to careers and academics.
So number one, we said prioritize yourself. Learn to prioritize yourself. Number two, discover your true self. Discover who you are in the process. You know, the funny thing is this. When we were young, growing, you will say, I want to be like that one. I want to be like that one. I want to be this. I want to, I remember there was this guy used to be called evangelist. He wanted to be like Bonk. You know,
Jesus.
I want to be Bonk.
That was a nice passion.
And some people, I remember this other one wanted to be like what's this? The model from UK, Naomi Campbell. And then people have all those things, and then in the process, you get lost. And some never discover who they are. Because you grew up in your mind, you just want to be that artist. You just want to be that pastor. And if you don't discover yourself, you die in the process.
You die in the process.
And if you are just trying to be someone else, Bishop Jake said, you are a fake of an original. So you will never be quality because
you're a fake of an original.
Because you have been looking up to someone to the point that you forgot who you are. You thought, this is what I'm going to be. So why are people disappointed in their academic life and their career life? Because many, they have lost themselves in the process.
Have lost themselves. Sure.
I was talking, one of the boys in the church yesterday said to me, Pastor, thank you. I said, why? Why are you thanking? He said, now I'm passing. I'm doing well. I said, so what? I told him. He said, you remember when I came, I was failing, and you said, not everyone will make it through science and maths. Some, they need to go and do accountings. Some, they need to go and do history and all. And they said, I have changed from science. I'm happy now. I love school. And I'm doing very well. But check, if as a parent you say, do maths and science. Even though
in this house.
Even though you know your child and science, or your family and science.
And not together.
You are not relatives at all. If you force a child, that child will hate school. So that boy said to me, now I love school. I'm enjoying and I'm passing. But he has been repeating grades
Eish.
because parents were forcing him to study something that he's not good at. So when we and if we force because we know this, so is a doctor, so is he's an engineer. You know, some of these kids, they are farmers. Some
Yeah.
of them, they are accountants.
Yeah.
Some of them, they will they are just business people. And some are administrators. So if we just want, I want my child to be like that one, there's a possibility that my child will be disappointed because he will feel like he's not smart enough.
Yeah. True.
Even many of us, the reason we feel like we're not good at school is because we chose something based on what others were excelling on.
That's very true. So discover your true self. Our viewers, as you know that we're talking about disappointment and we're focusing on academics and careers, whatever that you've been doing, are you happy about it? Have you discovered yourself? And if you haven't, it's not too late. Put yourself first and fix where you are supposed to fix.
Yeah.
Aish.
So it's so important to know, who am I? I remember when we were young, trying to preach, you know, and then this one would preach, and then he had no hair, but you know what? He wanted to bonke when he preached, because he had a long hair, so he would do like this.
Yeah.
So this man wanted to be bonke in everything.
Yeah.
And then say hallelujah, just, and then I'm thinking, and I remember watching this other preacher, and I realized that I don't have a voice like him. You know, one of the things that nearly forced me to stop preaching, it was because I could not preach like another man of God. Why? He had a voice, and then he was able to preach for 1 hour, 1.5 hours to 2 hours without his voice creaking. And I never had that voice.
And I can imagine you.
I cannot do those somersaults.
Aish.
So I had to say, who am I actually? What is, who can God help me discover my true self? There are some prayers that we don't pray. And we feel like life is unfair. No one appreciate what we're doing. They can never appreciate fake. They appreciate originals. So, and you know, some of our kids, they will be videographers. They will be, Honor is always saying us, you know, you're forcing me to go to school.
I wanted to say that.
I already know what I want to do.
You're wasting your money.
You're wasting your money on taking me to school. If you take me to school, let me just go and learn IT. I want to develop games, to whatever, whatever his stories are. And for us, I'm thinking, I have never in my time, there was no. The first time I used the computer, I was doing my first year. And I had to type 4 pages. It took me more than 14 days, you know, to typing a report. And then these kids, they just go on. And let us discover who we are.
And I think when you discover who you are, you will also help your kids. Because I remember that Honor doesn't, when it comes to soccer, we just said, okay, go to soccer. And he was like, okay, I'm going. But we had to be clear with him.
It was told that, boy, go and play to be fit and to be healthy. But it has got nothing to do with you.
And the career.
This is not your career. You will not make money out of this. You will not even make a name out of this. And he said, Dad, thank you. I will play because now I know. I'm not playing to go to the nationals and all.
No.
I'm playing
To
just
be fit.
to be fit.
That's all.
But then there are things. And then you realize that, okay, there's some stuff that when you hear from school, they tell you that this one
Is the best
is
when
the
it comes
best.
to this.
When it comes to this, like the game of chess, where he's playing with the seniors. And then you think, okay. And then we've got the the younger one, Chess, is coming last. So he said, yes, resign from there.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing, good people, let's trust God to help us discover who we are. And when it comes to people discovering who they are, I've discovered that many of our fellows, they discover who they are after the age of 60. They realize that I'm not just an office person, I'm a business person.
Well, they said you have expired.
Hey.
It's time for you to go and rest.
Then they said, I know I need a bag. I realize I can sell potatoes and all. Just imagine if somebody discovered at the age of 30 that they can sell veggies, they can make a living. That 30 years, they will have gained experience. So people first go and carry all these irons and stuff and all this heavy stuff at work. And then now they say...
And it doesn't last, that thing, because of it's already that time, it's too late. And you know what I'm remembering?
Yeah.
I'm remembering this other very old woman.
Yeah.
And then someone was praying for her and saying, the future is bright. There's an age where you know.
There's no hope.
There's no hope.
Yeah.
So while it's still time, viewers, put yourself first and find your true self.
And also, when it comes to discovering your true self, you pray for God to help you. But also, if you have got genuine people in your circle,
yes,
they will tell you the truth. Ask people in your circle, what do you think of me? What do you think of me? Do you think whatever that I'm doing, am I the right? I'm in the right field. If you have got genuine people, they will tell you that no, you are lost.
Yeah, it's true.
And if you love someone, don't just cheer them on while you know they will never get anywhere. Be honest with them.
I like what Shilombe is saying here. Discovering who you are. This hit deep. Most of us are lost in wrong careers.
And you know what is so painful? Is when you end up just living to get a salary.
Yeah, that's a very...
You will never be happy. Salary does not make you happy. It can be happy when you first got a job. But after that you realize that this is not me. So there are many people who are not enjoying their jobs because, number one, they don't know who they are. And so that job or that career become a prison for them. So may God help you.
Yeah. I seen I was thinking, you saying, God help me to discover my true self.
Yeah.
And then Naftani said, ask the people around your circle about yourself.
It's very important. If you have got all genuine people, they will tell you. They will tell you. You know what I like sometimes? It's whenever I sit most of the time with Pastor Morgan, I will ask him, what do you think? It's my struggle, according to you. What is it that you think is delaying my progress? And I've told him, be honest with me. Don't care about how I will feel. Tell me the truth. And so that's how it is. I always challenge him, but tell me, what is it that you think is delaying my life?
It's true.
So if you don't ask those questions, you just want people to say, oh, my brother, God, you are great. Even when you are not great, you will never be great. Have people who are genuine. Number three, we took it, we dropped the scripture in number 3. Don't think you are better than you are. You really are. Some people, the reason they fail in their academic life and their career is because they don't know where their limit is at. It's Romans 12, verse number 3.
Romans 12.
Romans 12, verse number 3.
Okay, Romans 12, verse number 3. You want me to read it now?
Yeah, you can read it.
Romans 12, verse 3. Because of the privilege and authority God has given me, I give each of you this warning. Don't think you are better than you really are. Be honest in your evaluation of yourselves,
Yeah.
measuring yourselves by the faith God has given us.
Be honest in what? In evaluating
Evaluation
of
yourselves.
yourself. Be honest in the evaluation of yourself. So many people are struggling because they think they are better than they are. They ought to be. So it's so why are many people losing their jobs? Some they are failing dismally. It's because they are not honest. You need to know that in this area, I'm not good at all. I remember when I learned this. When I started before I started ministry, one of the areas that I've seen being an issue for pastors, it was in the area of finances. So I said, I want to go and study bookkeeping so that when I start leading the church, I lead the church that is well organized financially and admin-wise. Because I never wanted, I knew, one area that I knew in the church is the area of admin and the area of finances, that this area is a problem in the church. Not the area of prayers and all. Admin and finances is a problem. I went to do accounting.
And it was a good cause.
It was
for a good cause.
I registered, I studied.
Okay.
But you know what, after the first semester, I said, this is
This is not me.
God, how do you want me to study this? God, do I have to study this? And I remember Botron will sit. He used to have extra classes with me. And then when we were doing the classes, I was getting everything right, getting 100% and all. But when I get to the exam room,
Out.
I will see nothing. And then I realized, and I was so honest with myself, me and numbers, we are not good.
You're not together.
As much as I love to have finances to be in order in church, it means, God, I must trust you for people who are good with this, who will run things right. I don't like numbers. I need people who will run things well.
It's true. It's like you know me very well that when now time has come where we go and see someone and pray for someone in the hospital. Yeah, like I need to really convince myself, and so imagine in that kind of an environment, because hey, for me to really go and see someone in the hospital, to see the blood, to see, it's not me. No.
Yeah. So there's something that we really need to be honest. So
evaluate.
To evaluate ourselves honestly. So I left the accounting field. I said, that's not my field to play on. And then admin, I know admin. I know, but then I realized that there are some people that God has gifted in that department. So I must pray and trust God to have people who will run that department in a genuine way, honest way, people who will make sure that we don't have headaches, and then I get out of that. So that's what I had to do to get out of that. So evaluate yourself, check yourself, be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't rate yourself high while you are not there. No. You don't even need to wait for a wooden mic. Just know that, no, this is not my thing.
And you have given a good example about a wooden mic, because I will always watch people and I'm like, okay, this person just woke up in the morning, say, I'm going to the competition and I'm going to be the winner. They convince themselves that they're going to be the winner. And when they get, they become disappointed. Hey, they swear. They swear at that. Yeah.
But you know, the funny thing, when it comes to that, one thing that I've asked myself, it's families that accompany someone to go and get a wooden mic.
Yes.
You know, one of a disaster that I pray for, I don't want in my family, in my church anywhere, is that we be blind, all of us.
Aish. Aish.
If we are all sick, who is going to nurse someone? If we are blind, who's going to be honest and say, don't take this direction, take this direction? So be honest. Be honest on, I mean, when it's come to...
And you know what it reminded me?
Yeah.
Because when you check this competition that they do for singing, they will even interview the family, and the family will talk positive things.
we must be honest.
Yeah.
Even when you go with the kids to soccer games, when there's trials, and then you look and say, this one, there's no way this child is ever going to make it. Let us be honest when it comes to evaluating ourselves. Then we will not. Let us be honest.
And I with this one, it's so close to my heart because I've seen you being honest with your children. I remember that our firstborn went for a tournament.
Yeah.
And you were with him there and you're like, you know what? I'm just here to support you, boy, man.
Yeah. I had to tell him. He said, how did you play? I said, boy, I'm here to support you as a parent, as your father. But this is not your thing. Just enjoy.
Just enjoy.
Enjoy. When your team is losing 5-0, 7-0, it's okay. You played. You will tell your children that you played in a tournament one day.
That's all.
But you are not. That's not. We must be
Yes.
honest when it comes to evaluating ourselves.
Yeah.
We must be honest. Otherwise, it's a problem.
Yeah. Hey.
And then the next thing is this. When it comes to dealing with disappointment in our academic life and the career, listen, good people, it is okay to start all over.
Wow. Okay.
There's nothing wrong to go back to class and register. There's nothing wrong to dust off your CV and look for a job that will bring you peace.
It's very true.
There's nothing wrong for you to set up your business from nothing. Don't be afraid to start all over.
Again.
Don't be afraid. You must not be afraid. You must not worry about what people will think. You might be old, but if it means your journey needs you to have a matric, go back and register.
Yes. It's true.
Go back and register. If there's something that you were supposed to have done in your younger age you did not do, and you realize that now you know who you are and where you are going, go back and start all over again. Starting all over again is not a failure. It shows that now you know who you are.
Yeah.
If it means you need to go and register a course, go and register that course while you are still having that job that you are not happy about. Start it for things that will make you happy.
It's true.
Research about whatever that you want. Don't be afraid to start all over. Some of you are in your 20s, some of you are in your 30s, even when you are in your 40s. If you feel like there's a need for you to go and study that course, go and study. Go back and do something that will change your life. I hope someone is getting us.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what people say. Don't worry about, now it's late. You might be 10, 12 years later, but what you will know is that you will be a happy person. You better have a happy life than to say, you know what, to regret all your life, to feel disappointed.
I think this topic for tonight, it's directed to Pastor Mlaudzi.
Why?
I guess he has been registering, cancelling, registering. So this one, I see what he's saying. Yes, it is okay to press a restart button. And I'm like, this one is for him. I hope he's hearing. I hope you are hearing us 1,000 times, like how Mr. Naftali is saying.
Yeah. You know, when you say, we talk about Naftali and Mlaudzi, you just took me to a point that I did not put here. I put it and I removed it. But I'll just drop it just because you told you.
I'm a helper, a good helper.
Yeah. And also some of the things that disappoint many African children, this time I'll be specific. One of the things that is hitting many African children when it comes to their academic life and their career is that many were born in Africa, but they don't know how to deal with to deal with the devil and African magic.
Yeah, no, that's very true. That's very true.
Many don't know how to deal with witchcraft. And some of you are disappointed, not because you lack wisdom or you are not smart or something. It's because you think you were born in Europe. You are an American. In Africa, we must accept there is witchcraft.
Yeah.
In Africa, there's whatever that is happening in some other countries. They talk voodoo. They talk whatever they're talking about. You need to know how to stand and defend yourself in the name of Jesus.
Yes, it's true.
You need to know how to deal with the wickedness that we are faced up with here, in Africa. If you don't know how to protect yourself, your career through the blood of Jesus, you will study hard, work hard, but you will always be disappointed. Know how to protect yourself. That's this one. I think will need time. Will need time to have it, but you need to know that. And the last point for the day: how do we get out of disappointments like this? Always find a professional. Talk to somebody. Find someone you can talk to. Find someone who will listen to you. Someone who will see through you. But what is it that is going on in your life and how can they help you? You know, I remember there's a story I have never told any person. I think I must, it's a very short story, I'll say. We were in UJ, working there in UJ, and then this other professor, she was in this, she was helping with counseling and other stuff. So she came to the restaurant and said, I love how you interact with people. There's something that I want you to do. I want you to come for assessment, and then I'll pay for that. And then she said, you must come for assessment. I just want to check. She's not saved. She was a smoker. But then she looked at me. She said, I don't think you must just be here busy with restaurants and all. I want you to come for assessment. And then I went to the office. We sat, and then she gave me this test. I was writing this test. And then she interviewed me and all. And then when she finished, she said, I don't know much. Why are you doing what you are doing? I said, I'm good at it. She said, you're good at it, but I don't think that's who you are. He said, if you are not going to study psychology, she said, I would recommend something I hate. I said, what is it that you hate? She said, I don't like priests, She said, I hate priests. I'm not a religious person. But talking to you, I think you are the right, taking that road of being a pastor, because how you talk to people, how you engage with people, and the way you are, you can do those things of business, but you are more for people. And here's a stranger, he's talking to me. She used to come into our restaurant, and then we developed that relationship. And then until she said, no, there's more here. Listen, there's a time where you need someone who will also look at you professionally.
Yeah.
They say in life, you don't only need someone who will look at you relationally only. It's three. You need someone who will look at you spiritually. Professionally. And of course, relationally. So many of us, we end up having people who are looking at us because they are related to us. They are our friends, they are our family. But they are not professional to know who we are.
Yeah.
And then if you don't need, listen, in a year, can I close with this? If you want to beat disappointment, if you want to defeat this thing that we have been talking about. In a year, at least have 3 appointments.
In a year.
One, with people that relate with you. Genuine people who relate with you. Number 2, have an appointment with someone who relate with you spiritually. And then number 3, have a meeting with someone who relate with you professionally.
Yeah.
And some of you, some you don't just need even a counselor. You need a doctor.
True.
Don't go to the doctor when you are sick. Just go to be checked. Some of you need to sit with a financial advisor. We can pray for you. You will always be disappointed when it comes to your finances because you are sitting with the wrong people.
It's true.
I came into ministry not because I received a prophecy only, but also because I received a professional advice.
Yeah. Wow. Especially.
When I hear some people talking and saying whatever, I'm thinking, if the whole professor spoke to me, if the pastor who was a prophet for the kids, Sunday school teacher, pray and prophesied, he's so efficient about my life. Why? When you meet real people, you no longer care about the noise. So why do you get disappointed? You hang around mediocre people who are just there to discourage you. Check yourself.
Wow. Disappointed.
Yeah.
People are I've seen today we're talking to people that are disappointed. But where there is a will, there is a way. And tonight we believe, viewers, that you have received your answers. Go back, it's never late. Discover your true self. Put yourself first. You are a priority. And evaluate yourself. According to the scriptures, Romans 12 verse 3. So make sure that you do that. We want to break a cycle also for our children's sake.
Yeah.
Because you are now aware that it's not about someone from next door was a nurse, someone from the other side was a lawyer. You know that it has to do with who somebody is. And I can't wait. I think this one, I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah. And thank you for your time. So please take your time, continue to pray for us. Continue to stand with us. And is it the 29th?
Yes.
29th, we are in Shawela hosting a one-day conference, a restoration time. It will be great. So we invite all of you. We invite all of you in Shawela to come and be with us. We'll be in Triple C Hall. So we'll be having great time there. Interest is free. We'll only receive, offerings. So if you come, don't worry about interest fee is free. So come ready, and then we fellowship. So pray for us on that. And we are also in a journey to our 18th year celebration. We are trusting God to celebrate it in our Peaceful Stream. So you who are praying for the work that we are doing there in Peaceful Stream, continue praying. And you who have partnered with us, listen, now we are accelerating. You who are giving towards that work, please now give so that we can finish that work. We need to finish the first phase. We need to, even though where the way it's going now, with the first phase, there's a possibility that will just be 60 or so % when we open. We are a little bit behind. So we are saying, you who are our partners, give towards that work, and then we do the work that God has given us. We complete. So September, some of you will be getting a special invite. We are going to have an official opening for our Peaceful Stream. That is a new venue that God has blessed us with. So thank you.
Yeah. So we are out of here, viewers. We will see you again next week, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. right here. Please, those that are not used to this appointment of Tuesday, set an alarm. set an alarm, because some will forget their phone somewhere. But you know what? Remind your friends, remind your families that, hey, that program is back again, because this is where we get restoration, understanding, knowledge, and everything is galore. So make sure that you join us next week. We are out of here. We say to all of you, Alepano, Mulungwa Makamu, Shalom.